We are going to go ahead and continue with our media availabilities for today. We are now joined by Ricky Stenhouse Jr., driver of the number 17 Sunny D Ford for Roush-Fenway Racing. Thanks for joining us, Ricky. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions. Please raise your hand. If you have one, we'll get a mic over to you. We'll start here in the front with Bob.
Bob Parker, Fox Sports. What has been the interest from other teams in you in the last couple of weeks, and how much do you feel like a good performance here means to your future?
I don't know if you can say like my whole future depends on a race here at Talladega. You can easily win one, you can easily lose one, and but us and my team right now are putting a lot of emphasis on this. Just want to get another win for the group of guys that I've worked with for a long time, and I know we got a good shot at it. Brian and the guys always bring a really good car here. Jimmy's been working tirelessly on this, and and Doug always gives us great horsepower here to get the job done. So for us in the 17 team, that's what we've been focused on. That's what I've been focused on. I let my team off the track, not at Roush, but agent-wise, kind of handle everything beyond that, and what we're going to do for next year, and the options, and just trying to figure that out. It's not a quick process by any means. We've talked to different teams, and just trying to wait and kind of see what direction we go, and but for me it's obviously since the week of Charlotte, it's just trying to put solid weekends together. I thought we did a good job at the Roval, for that being not a great track for us. Dover last weekend, we showed that we had decent speed at times. I felt like we kind of performed as well as we could, and so that was really kind of our main objective with how everything played out. We did the best we could, I felt like. Here at Talladega, I feel like I'm going to give it all I got, try and get another win for, like I said, my guys, and it's the last shot that I get to, put Sunny D in victory lane, and I got a great relationship with them, obviously on the track, off the track, hang out with them a lot, so it'd be cool to get them a victory here this weekend.
We're going to come over here to the left to Steve, and then to the middle to Jordan.
Steve Post, Motor Racing Network. Ricky, this type of racing has evolved, or what we've seen this year, Talladega in the spring, Daytona in July, a lot of manufacturer cooperation there. How does that work? Do we expect more of the same of that? Just kind of take us inside that as far as representative of one of the Ford teams.
Yeah, I think, us at Ford have done a great job at that. I think we kind of, I think we won 7, 8, 9 in a row, whatever it was. And it was all working together. It was, having some meetings together, and just, just understand what the, whole objective is, for the day. And that's really the big thing is, what's the objective, and what's the best way to accomplish that. So I feel like, us and the Ford teams were really on the front side of that, of, really working together and showing that it can pay off. And then, at times since then, I feel like, other manufacturers has done a good job, and, it makes it tough now trying to, guess when to pit, when's the right time to pit, getting the draft from, the cars that stayed out, what's the fastest route to, pit under green and get back out there. So that's something that they've continued to look at, teams, manufacturers, all together. So it's created a different dynamic a little bit. You can't just get yourself in the outside lane and, start leading the race and then all of a sudden need to get down to the bottom lane to pit. So there's a lot of strategy that goes into it.
We'll go to Jordan.
Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. What's it like for a driver in terms of in meetings, competition meetings, interacting with your teammates in the final weeks with a team before you're moving on?
Yeah, Charlotte, I decided I was not going to go. Probably wasn't a good week for me to go to my competition meetings. Since then, I call, give them feedback, let them know how my race was going. And then also, we have meetings on the weekend. So like last week at Dover, I went to them and, just still trying to, gather all the information that I can to make our team better for that weekend. And, then again, turn around and doing it the next week. So there's definitely meetings I'm not allowed to be in anymore. But just kind of what, the way it worked at Roush is we have competition meetings, individual team meetings, and then we'd have a big competition meeting with, the front row guys and everybody. And then after that, it would be kind of a engineering-based meeting of, what we're working on, what's coming down the pipeline. And that's just things that, to keep us kind of drivers engaged and kind of focused on what we were working on. So those are the ones I can't be in. No, I got a lot more free time on Mondays.
We'll come over here to Tyler.
Tyler Burnett, MRN. Looking ahead to next week, you guys were pretty good at Kansas in the spring. Tell us about that racetrack, what you expect, and how much that changes with the rules package, because that was pretty early on in the year.
Yeah, I think, we're definitely looking forward to going back to Kansas. We've always ran well there. I felt like my rookie year, we had a chance to win, led 50 or 60 laps there the first time we went. And like I said, it's been a good race for us in the past. And then, earlier this year, being able to battle with the 9 and 88, take the lead there, gives us confidence that, the package that we had was good, but it was still fresh in the season, like you said. And so I feel like the package, team to team has evolved a lot, and what you need in your race car to be fast at Kansas will be different than what we had, I feel like, there in the spring. So Brian feels good about, what we're taking to the racetrack. It'll be different than what we had there in the spring, and we're going to see if we can't, do a little bit better of a job. I think we didn't really manage the end of that race very well. Gave up definitely a top 5, finish. But all in all, we're excited to get back there for sure.
We'll come right down here to the front.
Hey, Ricky. Grant Davis, WLJS 91.9 Jacksonville. Last week, I noticed a lot of drivers were complaining about aero push, and if you had a faster car, you just couldn't seem to pass. And it seems to be a trend this year. Would you say out of all the years you've raced in NASCAR, is this the most limited you've ever been when it comes to driving ability versus it seems like a game of a chance of where you line up. You make your money on the restarts. It seems
Yeah, restarts are definitely key. At Dover. Dover's been a tough track to pass on in general for a little while, I feel like. This package definitely, I would say, has made it a little bit more difficult. I did not get tight last week behind people. I was really loose, so, my car got looser. I felt like if we could tighten it up, we would be able to run the top a little bit better. I felt like the 88 team did a really good job of being able to, get their car set up to maneuver around the track and make passes other than just running the bottom. So I feel like they showed it could be done if you get everything right. So, I feel like every time a package, is new, when it continues to evolve and everybody gets their cars faster, it always makes things a little bit more difficult, to get the job done. So, I wouldn't say every racetrack's harder to pass on. It's definitely situation limited, I feel like.
Are there any further questions for Ricky? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck this weekend.